A very special conference is planned for next week. It's called Child SAFE, and that stands for Stopping Abuse and Fostering Empowerment. Here to explain are Dr. Carrie Berkeley of the Advocacy Center for Crime Victims and Children, and Heidi McKinney, a forensic interviewer. Now, this is to bring about healing.
Yes.
For children and for the adults. You tell me that for the adults that surround a child who does make an outcry, there's a lot of guilt and problems that they face.
Yes, indeed. And when there is a revelation of child abuse, a disclosure, then parents may feel often that maybe I didn't do all that I should have done to protect my child, and they feel guilty.
Well, and of course there's certainly a lot of shame and so forth, and fear.
Yes, absolutely.
Involved in these cases.
Particularly if the alleged perpetrator is someone whom they know, and chances are, most cases of children who are abused, they know their perpetrator.
Yeah. Now, Heidi, what you do is interview these children. How long have you been doing this kind of work, and what kind of led you in this direction?
I've been interviewing children for about 4 years now, and I've always known that I had a passion to work with children, and so I just I heard of the Advocacy Center. They had an opening that I applied for, and thank God that they hired me. So, yeah.
Well, who's the youngest child that you?
So I interview children. The youngest I've seen is 2, and then I interview all the way to 17 years old. And then we also interview adults who have intellectual disabilities.
Oh, and that's got to be, that's got its own challenges as well, just helping them to explain what's happened to them.
Yes.
Now, this conference that's coming up, it's next Thursday, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And it'll be at Region 12 Education Service Center.
Yes.
So who all is invited to this? Who do you want to see come to this?
Well, we have targeted law enforcement and professionals, social workers, teachers, administrators, those who work with our children in the community. We're also making an appeal for ministers and clergy to attend as well, because we recognize that child abuse happens in all spectrums of our community. And the more folks are there, the more information we can get to them to be more useful.
Yeah, we were chatting earlier, and as a minister yourself, I mean, it's the kind of thing that they may very well hear these kinds of stories, and Texas now is, as you say, it's mandatory that be reported to law enforcement.
It is mandatory. In fact, we have, for at least professionals and working in capacity, have it 48 hours to make a report. And the ideal is that we're not responsible for investigating the case, but to report it so that those who do investigate can get the job done.
Well, what's important, Heidi, is that children get help.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. That's the hope.
Right. And as you visit with them and realize something traumatic has happened, what kinds of things do help in these situations for these for the young kids when you think of really tiny ones?
Sure. Just support, a lot of support from family to make sure that they have resources. Families have resources to get them help and to get them into counseling and into things like that.
Dr. Berkeley, when you visit with someone who has gone through this kind of trauma, what's the main thing you want them to understand? I mentioned guilt. There's a lot of fear because often kids are told, I'll kill you, or I'll kill your loved one if you tell.
Absolutely. And so we work with the parents and family members to help them realize that they're not in this by themselves. We come alongside them as a team. And we just so happen to be connected to those who work and investigate, from law enforcement, CPS, and our prosecutors across 6 counties.
You've got a whole slate of great presenters that will be at the conference next Thursday.
Yes.
How can folks get more information and sign up? You'd like to know ahead of time,
yes,
right?
Absolutely. You can visit our website for our agency. It's the www.advocacycntr, and there's a link on there that shows how you can register for the conference.
And this is, I guess, credit hours for professionals?
Yes, so we provide CEUs and also TCOL credits for law enforcement.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
amazing. Well, thank you so much for what you're doing to help children and families. As I said before, it would be great if we could put the Advocacy Center out of business.
Out of business,
There was no need to have it anymore, but sadly there is a tremendous need for it.
Yes.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you.